It's that time of the year when our goals and resolutions we set in December and January need a little push. Because life happens and those plans that look so good on paper might not be as easy to follow anymore. But we still want to make it happen, right? So today I want to talk about a few ways that will help you follow through with the goals you set for yourself and make sure that you stay on track even when real life situations come up. I am not going to talk about writing them down, having a dream board, or avoiding distractions, even though those are important as well. What I want to give you is something unconventional, something that your distractions are not ready for. I'm assuming that most of us already have set goals, hopefully written down and somewhere close to you, or at least we are aware of them. Because it's never too late to spend 10 to 15 minutes to add definition to where you're going. If you want to do it in the most effective way possible, we'll talk at the end of the video because right now I want to get straight to the point of today's topic. So the first thing I want you to remember is that you don't break the chain. When you set your goals in the past, you probably felt very excited about them and ready to take action. And if you take action regularly, then it's pretty easy to keep the rhythm. But then you leave town for a few days, you get sick or just sidetracked, and all of a sudden the focus, the motivation, and the drive you used to have just went elsewhere. I want to make sure that you don't lose this grip. If you can just take at least a small step every day, it would be ideal. Just remember not to break the chain. But what if you did lose the flow already? And the solution to this is an outside system to support your goal. If you take me, for example, most of my goals are development related. So when I need this extra help, I find a teacher, a coach, or a consultant to regularly check in with me. When I was working on my body, it was a personal trainer I was meeting with once a month. For my language, I had a dialect coach to make sure I keep doing my practice. In business, there are multiple people, including an accountant that I call every other month to review my books and keep them in order. I would still do the work on my goals, but on the back of my head, I would always have people I don't want to let down. And it's not about having a coach for every single goal, because no one has money and time to do that. But this support system can be anything that gives you external feedback. It can be a friend or a family member that shares the same interest that you can talk about your goals to. I have such a person and I feel super blessed about it. If you are self-disciplined enough, you can set a reminder on your phone that will make you check on your progress every Friday, for example. The downside is that your mind adapts pretty quickly and might stop reacting to such things. Even then, you can find a bunch of books, ongoing shows, or podcasts on the topic that will help you keep your goal on top of your mind. The next thing that will help you is to narrow your focus down. When we say do one thing at a time, it applies to a particular moment. But if you take all the time you have, you will obviously have more than one goal. If you want to learn a language, you won't be doing this all day, every day. You'll give it an hour at a time, a few times per week, and the rest of the time you will have your work goals, financial goals, relationship goals, health-related goals, and so on. So you will have to reset your focus over and over again, and this is where some anchors will help you. To make it easier for yourself, you can link one goal to each context, whether it's a place or a block of time in the day. For example, at your desk, your number one is what you do for work. At the gym, you need to turn your mind off and be a muscle machine. At home in the evening, your focus shifts to relaxing and spending time with your family. At night, you sleep. And this is a goal too, because most people forget and pay high price for it. Since our working days are pretty long, I like to break them into 2-hour blocks. One in the morning, before noon, afternoon, and one from 2 to 4 p.m. Then you have one before and after dinner, and probably one before bed. Food and sleep are some very clear dividers for your mind, so you can use them in your favor. Another examples would be early mornings and times on your Saturdays and Sundays. Once you develop the connection between the time or context and the goals won't be conflicting with each other. The only thing you'll need to do is to divide these blocks between your most important goals to be in the right place at the right time to make them happen. Like for me, no matter how many and how challenging goals I have for the day, the only worry I have in the morning, besides breakfast of course, is to get dressed and be at my desk by 8 a.m. And that takes care of everything that happens after. Finally, number 3 is focus on your identity. This is a slightly more advanced topic, but I want you to keep that in mind because it does help a lot when you still need to serve multiple goals a day and frequently shift your focus without losing yourself in the process. Because once you're already in, it will take you less effort to stay focused, but switching between activities is the part where most of us slip. In order to make this process less bumpy, I like to remind myself that all of my goals form one identity, and they all add to the single version of me that includes everything I want to achieve, have, and experience. Let me give you an example. I, Dima, sit in front of you, and my goal for right now is to share what is so valuable to me so that you can enrich your life. It's a part of my identity. And this identity has a healthy body that I need to maintain to keep high performance for as long as possible. So after finishing this video, I will go to the gym and I will have a new focus. These two are two separate goals, but they don't conflict with each other because both of them make who I am. And so is every other of my goals. I have temporary projects. For example, once a year, I prepare and file my taxes. And I enjoy doing this because this is a part of my identity. And this is one of the ways how I can serve my duty as a citizen and contribute to the government while achieving my own goals. In the same way, being a good husband, being a good son, and being a good dad don't get on the way of teaching lessons, making money, and eating healthy food within the same schedule. The bottom line is when you have multiple goals, at some point you will have a chance to forget about some of them. But when they make one identity, you will never lose your focus as long as you maintain this integrity. And then you won't need any sophisticated tricks or crazy effort to stay focused on your goals. Wow, we had a nice talk and I actually had 5 tips to share with you today, and so far we just finished 3 of them. However, I just came up with one more and I think I'm going to leave those for another time and let you process these and let me know what you think of them. Now, back to goal setting. I teach this on my website and there's a lot more information there. Videos like this will appear in the free bonus section. You will just need to register an account, and that will allow you to see these videos before they appear on YouTube and everywhere else. Thank you for being so cool, and I'm gonna go now to practice what I just told you about.